Hi there, it's Elaine here, and I'm back again with a journal along with me today. So welcome back to my channel, Chatty Lane Creates. I am Chatty Lane, as in Elaine. Play on words there, I hope you get that. I welcome my new subscribers. I do have quite a few that are popping in from recently that I have gone back over 500 again, which I'm very happy about. So today you might see that, because Big Gertie is quite a large book, she's at least A4 size, and I've always struggled to get her in shot. So I found a wide on my phone camera, and yeah, I've got all of her in. So I'm going to try and keep her in frame if I can. I've had to take my tape edgings off because you could see them, and I've got it really low, and I can actually see from the top what I'm doing without it getting in my way. So I don't quite know how it will come out. We'll just see how it goes, really. So we're going to work in Big Gertie today. Big Gertie is a junk journal I made for any of my new viewers. She is 7 signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signatures. And they're all very small signatures because I really don't like working it in a massively bulky book, especially when I'm journaling. I don't do any written journaling. I only do collagey junk journaling. I can't say it. Journaling. And just generally, I kind of store things in it, like special cards and memories and that type of thing. So I'm going to work, I'll give you, I'm not going to give you a flip through. There is some work in here, and some of them are videos. This is a video. Some of them are collage challenges, and others are just bits and pieces that I've done myself. Right, so we're going to work in the right at the back because there's not much up at the back. So I'm literally at the moment practically on the back page, and I might flit about a little bit because I like the last 2 signatures, and there's literally, this one is in between the signatures. No, that's that signature, that's right, that's in that signature. And I don't know whether there's anything in this signature, actually, thinking about it. So yes, I think there's not really anything in this last one. So we're going to work in the last one, and I might do some more in the one next to it, I don't know yet. But what I've got is going to go on this page, I hope. Or that page. Which one shall I work in? Hang on a minute. No, I'm going to work on that side, I think. Yes. Are we still all in shot? Yeah, more or less. Excuse me. And today I would like to let you in on my health problems I've had this year. Now, I do have a few friends that already know what I've gone through. I've toyed with this idea for this, whether I'm going to let this out or not, for quite a while, and I nearly kind of let it out the bag in the last video. I was able to chop it out, but I think realistically, I'm one of those people that I just not very good. I've just seen a swear word. Right, we'll cover that up. I don't know whether you've seen it, but it is there on the page, so we'll cover that up. Right, I have realistically nearly let it out the bag a few times, and it's quite a serious. I had surgery, and the reason for the surgery is, if you're in the UK, you might know what this means. I got this out of an Asda book, I think it was, who do the tickle pink. I've actually chopped off the bottom page. I think it is because it's a matte paper, it's not shiny, and Asda don't have shiny paper. It's quite nice still, but it's not glossy like a magazine is. In January I went to the doctor's, and basically I found a lump in my left breast, and it turned out to be breast cancer. I had my surgery in the middle of February, as I needed to remove or have my whole breast removed. The lump itself wasn't too big, but the surrounding mass of deposits turned out also to be potentially malignant. So my doctor, my surgeon, my consultant, we call them consultants here, consultants they're not always surgeons, so excuse me, as you can imagine it's a bit hard. Hopefully I won't turn the tears on, but I'll try not to. So as you can imagine, this is quite difficult to talk about, but I feel once I've got over the initial talking about what it is, I might be able to, just when I talk generally I'm okay, but going back, obviously it's quite hard. So my consultant was a female surgeon. She said that the mass around the lump needed to all come out, so the only way to make sure was to have a mastectomy. My surgery was in the middle of February, 16th of February to be precise, so it was right in the middle of February. So from what was I think it was the 6th of January, I went to the GP. So within 6 weeks I'd had all my biopsies and my diagnosis, and I got ready for surgery. It was quite hard dealing with it, and it was very, very fast. They don't hang about when it comes to things like breast cancer or any cancers really. They usually are pretty quick at getting you sorted out. Luckily we've got it early. I actually found the lump myself. To be honest, I found the lump before Christmas, but I thought I can't deal with this over Christmas, so I did keep it to myself for a couple of weeks over Christmas, and then once I had to go to the doctors to start getting it dealt with. Right, sorry, I had to straighten it up a bit there. It looked really crooked. So yes. Right, so this was an advert for Tickle Pink, and Tickle Pink is the breast cancer kind of, so check in with your chest, which is exactly what I did. I found the lump in the shower. I was quite late going for my checkup, my breast screening checkup. Should have been at least last year, if not the year before, which was right at the end of lockdown and stuff like that. I should have had it done. I had trouble getting appointments and things like that, so we won't go into that. But generally I decided before Christmas that I would check my own boobs, because I still hadn't had a mammogram, and I found the lump. So yes, ladies, please do check your boobs, because it's really important. I've been really lucky that I found it early, and they've removed the whole breast. I've got the all clear, the results were really good considering the hassle I had getting the results. But I won't go down there because I'll rant on about that. It took a very long time to get my results. It won't go on that page. It won't go on that page, Elaine, you silly woman. Right, I think what I'll have to do is slightly go over that page there. I'll have to trim the edge off. Let's go there, shall we? Yes, it'll cover that naughty word up, which was up in the top corner. I had my surgery on the 6th of January. They removed the whole breast, and it was contained within it. They take your lymph nodes, the first couple of lymph nodes, and they were clear. And the size of the mass was small enough that I don't need to have any chemo or radiotherapy, which I am over the moon about, because that is one thing I really did not want to have. I don't think anybody does, but if it needed to be done, then obviously I think if it had to be done, I probably would have had radiotherapy. I don't think it was bad enough to have chemo. Thank goodness. So I thought today, we've got a little bit of a shadow from my phone now, haven't we? I thought I would add this to my journal. Just wondering if I can trim that down a little bit. Maybe I can just take the edges off. So I think really I've got a little bit more on this edge that can come off. It might fit on better then. So with my journal, I do tend to jump around in it. I don't very often finish a page unless it's a specific collage or something that I'm doing. I think I've not cut that straight as usual, and I've got no trimmer up here, so we'll just have to wing it. We'll have to wing it. For now. So yes, I've had quite a difficult year so far. Not only this, we lost our good friend, as you know from a previous video. We have lost one of the guinea pigs, which was a bit devastating at the time, but we're now looking at rescuing a guinea pig so that we can have a buddy for Mary, who's left. We lost Pippin, which was the pale kind of creamy beigey coloured one, or champagne colour, I don't know what you'd call it really. Mary is the kind of gingery looking one, and I've just recently had my mum in hospital. She wasn't sick, it's all about her mobility, but they did give her a bit of an MOT while she was in there. She does have problems with kind of, they're not quite ulcerated legs, but she does have a problem with that. We have now had to have carers for her 4 times a day, which has been a little bit of a what's the word, strain, maybe is a good word. And I think really, I'm going to push it up there a bit. Let's glue this down, shall we? I'm yabbering away and not actually doing anything. Quite sure when there's much on this one left. No, there's not a lot left on it. But I think now things are beginning to settle down. There's been so much happening. Obviously I got COVID as well, which didn't help. They did actually give me antivirals because of my surgery and my, cancer diagnosis. And I'm slowly getting there. there has been issues with various things that, you know, can happen. It can happen. I do still have some that's a bit high, isn't it? Never mind. That'll be fine. I still have some fluid that can build up. It kind of, because you've been around the lymph nodes, the lymph nodes go into, oh well, you know, they've got to help repair everything, or your body does that, I suppose. And fluid builds up around the scar and under the arm and that sort of thing, and I've still got some problems with that because it's gone a little bit hard, I suppose, you could say. So I've got a few issues still, but I'm getting used to wearing my prosthesis. That was quite traumatic to start with because I didn't have any decent bras or anything. It's just, there's so much that you get affected by that it just overwhelms you a bit, really. And I did get very overwhelmed. So we've got a little windmill, and I've got some get well cards that I'd like to put in for my lovely friends. This one is from Inika, and this one is from Petra. I couldn't reach the other ones, but I want to put Inika's in because she knows I love giraffes, and he's a lovely giraffe, and I want him in my book now because I've taken him down. And I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put him yet. And this is the one from Petra. It's all embossed and really, really pretty. So I want to put them in here so that I can have a little section where it's about it, really. And I can just keep a record of the events. I did actually keep a diary. My friends from work, the trouble is this coincided with my birthday. My birthday's in January, and it coincided with my 60th birthday, and I had to cancel all my birthday celebrations. I mean, they weren't going to be massive. I wasn't going to have a party or anything like that. I was going to just go out for dinner with various different groups of people. My girls from work, I used to work with at school. My family obviously was going to happen on my actual birthday, which turned out to be a Saturday this year, so we didn't do that. Originally my results were supposed to come through on the 20th. My birthday's on the 21st of January, and so that was quite hard, having to cancel everything. And I thought, well, if I'm going to cancel everything, I kind of need to tell those people why I'm cancelling or not arranging. You know, I did say I'd arrange a meal with the girls at work. I didn't, and they did wonder why I hadn't arranged something. But I'm going to stick the whole of the back down. I'm not going to make it a pocket or anything, because that means I've got to find something to go in it, and I don't know whether I want to at the moment. So I'm just going to put it down on the page. I can shut it. I think that's more or less straight. So that's Petra's card. And I think what I'm going to have to do is shut the book on it, because it's, I must admit, I love my art glue because it does actually stick really quickly. So yes. So yes, I've had quite a difficult year, and my surgery went well. I was absolutely bricking it. If you don't know what that means, it means I was really, really nervous as heck. I think he can go on that page. I might make him in a pocket. I might make him into a pocket actually, and just go around the edge. Both Ineke and Petra are in Holland, in the Netherlands, if you want to call it that. I'm going to do quite a wide kind of border. It doesn't have to go all the way to the back, so that a lot of it is quite a big card, and I thought I don't want it to come off. So I'm going to, sorry if I am quite close, so I'm not used to that. I'm going to do it away from the center, because that's the sort of thing that will bulk it up, you see. So she's in there now. So Ineke's my friend in Holland, and Petra's in Holland as well. She's my friend too, obviously, but I talk to Ineke quite a lot. She's the one I visited a few years back, before lockdown and everything. In 2019 I went out to see her, and I am thinking about going and seeing her again. She's had a traumatic time last year, and I just feel we need to get together and have some time together, because I couldn't help her when she needed help, and she's not been able to help me when I needed help. And I think we could do with getting together and just being there for each other. It's easier for me to go there, but we haven't figured it out yet. I'm not quite sure whether I can actually get there or not at the time that she's available. So yeah, so they're in. I don't quite know what I want to do. I kind of just wanted to get some bits and pieces in and just tell you the story, really. Actually, this is a little bit of happy mail that I got from Petra as well, I think. Sorry, doing a lot of rustling. She sent me all sorts of bits. What else is in it? I love the bag. Don't know what else is in here. I'm fairly sure this is from Petra. I don't know what that is. I think that's what the stickers were in. I just kept all sorts of little bits. It's just that I'm fairly sure she sent me this. So she knows I love tulips. It's just a writing paper. What I might do is I might just stick it in. And it can be kind of like a background, I suppose. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. I don't know whether to... No, I don't like that background for it. The trouble is, it's... Again, it's... I think what I might do is tear around it. Yeah, I like that. I'll keep that. So I quite like that too. I like the background here. So if I put that there, because we've got pink, I've got some washi tapes on here, some pink stuff, so that looks nice, doesn't it? I've got me Stamperia paper there. I don't know about that one. Not sure if I want it on the page. Let's have a look, see if I can find a different page that I do want it on. It did fit that one quite nicely, actually. Just the shape of it fitted quite nicely, really. About that one. So I've got my card here that I need to put in. Actually, we'll do that. This is for my lovely daughter. My daughter's name is Billy. I don't think she minds me using it. I spell I-E. Again, she knows I love giraffes. It's such a gorgeous card. And I thought it looked quite nice on the spotty thingy, so we'll stick her on too, because I haven't got round to doing her yet. Oh, we're dripping, we're dripping, we're dripping. Because the card's quite thick, I like to put quite a lot on the bottom half to make it stay there. Right. Oh. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. I want to be able to still see inside the card. Right. Oh, no! Oh no! I've got it on there now. Oh, you silly woman. You silly woman! Let's come out the back. The rat. That's going to be a little bit of a pain, I think. But now I've done that. Now that's stuck to that. Get off. Get off. Let's get a wipe. See if I can get a little bit of it off. Hopefully I haven't taken too much of the print off. I don't know where I want it now. I don't know where I want it. It kind of suited that back page, but I didn't really like it there. It's too far away. Let's see if we can find another page for it. No. It has to be one of these big pages that I made myself. Ah, that's pink there, isn't it? How about here? I'm going to put it more up the top, I think. So I'd like to see some of the music paper. Yes, we'll use what do you call it for that? Glue stick. I've left the glue stick top off. That was silly, wasn't it? Never mind. Never mind. I've had to buy some more glue sticks because I can't find where the rest of the blue ones are at the moment. And I thought, I can't really go searching in some of the places where it could be. Because I'm trying to still limit myself and not really do too much heavy lifting, but it's quite hard. It's quite hard to do that. So I don't know whether that's not helped my chest sort of recover properly. I don't know. That's a bit high, never mind. Oh, didn't get any on there. That's it. So that's that one in. Will look quite nice with this, really, because it's pink. And then we can do something on this in the middle at some point. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of sticking in, add some bits and pieces. I do like this bag. It's also got some London tape on it, which I quite liked. Where could I put this bag? Oh, that's my yellow page. What I'll do is I'll chop the top off it, because that's all rough. I'll take the top off. Just bits of the bag. It's what sealed the bag down. That's better. That's the actual tape. Let's glue that down, I think. There we are. I'm not precious about it, really. I do like it to be a bit as it is, you know, as it comes. Hopefully that'll stay there, and I can use that as a pocket. I might stick where's my circle punch? Oh, I'm going far enough. I didn't even go in. That's why it didn't do anything. Right, where's me line? Got a line somewhere. That'll do. That'll do. That's fine. And this I can glue down, and I'm going to stick it along the bottom, along here, because I like that. It's lost a lot of its sticky, so I need to put some glue on it. There we are. This end. That needs some glue. Trouble is with this blue stuff, it's supposed to be blue, and then it obviously, when it dries clear, and because it's clear, I think what's happened is it has dried out a bit and the blue's disappeared. And I did actually receive it like that, there was practically no blue left on any of the pages, any of the glue sticks, which I was a bit peeved about. And I should have really complained, I think, but I didn't, and I regret it, because it's rubbish. It is rubbish. Why don't you want to stick? Is that where that label is, I think. I might have to use this just to do that edge there, I think. In this corner. They're not too bad. And more or less stuck. So yes, so that's my year so far. My mum is home. She was in hospital, but it's not, she wasn't sick. Oh, stupid thing. She wasn't sick, and that's the main thing. It's her mobility that's the problem. Her arthritis is really, really bad now, and so she ended up having to be in hospital for, well, it's nearly a week, not quite, but nearly. So that's quite nice. We can put something in there, and I could decorate it with something nice on the front. So that could be a background and a pocket at the same time. So yes, she's back home now, but she has to have carers in 4 times a day, as she's not allowed to do any, because she lives on her own. She's not allowed to do anything. What time is it? I don't know. I'm doing this for 40 minutes. We've stuck that one in, so that's a pocket here. And I did actually promise her that I will cook her some tea tonight, because obviously with the carers all they have time for is ready meals to cook her, and after a while she gets a bit fed up with eating those, and I thought it'd be nice to just cook for her every now and again. I'm not going to do it all the time because I don't really have the time to do that. So we've done that. I do like this page, and I didn't want to cover this up, and that boob one. Where is it? This one would have covered up that. So please check your boobs, ladies, because I'm glad I did. It's hard to deal with, but I caught it early and I've been given the all clear, and I do have to take hormone blockers because my cancer was hormone based, and that's all I've got to do. I'm so happy I haven't got to go through chemo or anything, and that's a really, really good result, and I'm on the road to recovery. It took me a little while to accept the fact that it was gone, but the hardest bit was accepting the false boob, the prosthesis, because actually the prosthesis is heavier than my own boob. And my body's all out of balance, and I think that's why I've been having trouble with my back and my legs and knees, and just generally I'm all out of kilter, because it's amazing how much difference that makes to you. That's something that I had no idea about. If you want to ask me anything, you can, but whether I tell you stuff or not, I don't know. It depends on the questions, really. But I'm fine. I'm doing okay. I'm getting there. I must admit, having my mum to deal with now has probably helped me refocus and look after her a bit more again, rather than wallow in my own self-pity, which I think I was starting to a little bit. It sort of brought me out of that a bit, but yeah, I still go through little patches of woe is me, but that's just part of the healing process. Mostly now it's all what's going on in my head that I'm having to deal with. It's quite a traumatic journey, to be honest, and I don't wish it on anyone, and I really wish I didn't have to go through it, but I did, and I'm hopefully on the other side. So I hope I haven't bored you too much with my woes. There's been a lot of them this year, and it's made it even more difficult to deal with what I've gone through, because it's just been one thing after another, and it's really tiring. COVID did not help at all. but I think I'm generally over COVID more or less now, and hopefully I can go and do other things once I'm feeling up to it. But at the moment I'm concentrating on my mum, and I still think I'll probably add some more things to this yet, and I'm glad I've got some bits and pieces in that people have sent me, and that I've still got some other bits and pieces to. I've got some more cards that I couldn't quite reach to get them to put them in. They're up on a shelf in the front room, and they're a little bit far away, and I thought, I can do that. I don't have to do them all. It'd get a bit boring when it's just sticking cards in, so I thought I'd just put the ones on that I could reach, and definitely my giraffe. I like my giraffe. And my one that this one in here that my daughter gave me is last year's birthday. Oh, Mother's Day. Last year's Mother's Day. This year's Mother's Day, because our Mother's Day was in March here in the UK. My Mother's Day card is actually still up on the shelf for this year. This is last year's. But she had to go in because she's lovely and pretty and pink as well. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you're all well. I am getting better. I can't say that I'm quite there yet, but I'm doing pretty well so far, and I hope I haven't bored you to death, because it is quite hard to deal with, and I just feel like I needed to share it so that I can talk about it openly if I want to in my videos from now on. Please come back again. It's not always going to be worries me. I just felt I needed to get it off my chest. Oh, that's what's happening. Sorry, had a bit of a malfunction there. My arm, I didn't realise that's why it was so low and you got a shadow. I did feel like I needed to explain, partly because I've nearly let it out the bag anyway, and I'd rather deal with it properly and tell you outright what I've gone through. I just needed time to get there, really, as you can imagine, and I'm getting there. I'm a lot better than I was. I'm having to deal with various things that, you know, it's mostly dealing with the prosthesis, I think, that's been the hardest bit recently, especially, and getting it. It's been achy, my chest's been achy just from wearing it, because it's actually heavier than my own boob, which is really quite weird. And I think that's why I've suffered with, you know, my back and my knees and all sorts of things have been playing up, because I'm just completely out of balance, and it affects you when you've got arthritis. These sorts of things affect you, and that's it. You know, it's just, it is what it is. So my message to you is, check your boobs, because the sooner you find it, the easier it is to deal with. And, you know, I'm glad I did find it, because, you know, I might still be waiting for a mammogram if I hadn't have checked them and found it, and I wouldn't have had all this all done and sorted, and it could have been much worse. That's what I'm grateful for, that it's not as bad as it could have been, and I'm all clear, and yay. So I hope you did enjoy listening and watching. I'm sorry if it's a little bit sad, but I'm afraid that's been my year so far. Sorry about my technical issues where it got really low. I don't quite know how much I'm going to have to cut out because that's just plain ridiculous. So I'm going to call it a day, and I hopefully not have any more sad type videos, and we'll just get onwards and upwards. And I'm glad I've kind of got it off my chest a little bit. That sounds a bit weird, but because I did have it off my chest. You got to laugh because I've done a lot of crying, and I try not to now. But now and again it gets me, you know. It's still it's all a mental thing that I need to deal with, and I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there, and I'm doing all right, and that's the main thing. So I hope you'll all come back, even though I've rattled on a bit long about it. Well, it seems like that to me anyway. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll come back again, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, keep well, and bye for now.